Hi everyone, I'm Catherine and welcome back to my channel. So this is the first video on my channel since I've relaunched after my bit of a break because of copy. So I thought it would be good to start with a colouring chat. I've chosen this book because I very nearly finished it. So I thought it'd be easy to do and I've nearly finished it, so that would be good. Most of this I ploughed through when I was doing my 2.6 challenge, which was on the 26th of April, and that was to do with the fact that charities had lost out on loads of money because all these events had to be cancelled. So you did a challenge around the number 26 or 2.6 or something like that. So I coloured 26 mandalas in one day, and that included a lot of these ones. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I've got a ton of mandalas on there, and this is why. Okay, so let's get zoomed in. So I couldn't say that I've chosen this one. This is the one that's waiting to be done. So away we go. I've looked for a random palette. I've got my Sharpies, so we're going to be doing yellow, green and pink. So I've got these ones because I've got them in the ultra fine as well as the fine, because this one's actually quite small spaces. A lot of these are quite big, really big spaces in them. So yes, this is Creative Haven Rose Windows colouring book by Joel S Avren. So we will get started. Now, I've never done a colouring chat before, so I apologise if I don't know what to talk to you about. And I'll have to keep checking that I'm on I'm in shot, because I can't see where I am from here. So you know, we've got a few little recording technical issues there. But this book is good because it's got all these dark lines. You don't have to be super neat, you can just get the colour on there, so it is good. So yeah, nearly finished it, so that's actually quite sad, isn't it? The way I like to colour mandalas is just to put all my colours in an order, and then I just do this one, then this one, then this one, then this one, then back to this one. So it's kind of out of my control. I'm just doing it as it comes. I like ones that I can do like that, and I get a bit frustrated if I'm not able to do it that way. I feel like you've spoilt my fun. But this one should be fine to do like that. So, how is everyone? How's everybody coping? Has lockdown where you are ended? I'm in England, and it's coming to an end, but it hasn't ended yet. I'm still locked down. So we're at a point now where pubs are going to be opening on Saturday. It's Tuesday as I'm colouring this, and my channel launch is Wednesday, so this should be up plenty of time on Wednesday. So yeah, all the shops opened up. They're all open. Charity shops are meant to be open, but they're not. I suppose they've got a ton of planning to sort out, and they're run by volunteers, aren't they? And a lot of those volunteers do tend to be elderly, and they are the people at risk. So I bet they've got no volunteers at all. So that's probably why they haven't opened up yet. But I'll keep waiting, eager to go. Not that I've got any money to spend. I'm currently on furlough, so I am being paid, but my job's kind of at risk. So I don't really want to be going out spending money, which I might need to rely on, you know. So yeah, so I am being paid. So far I've been paid the full normal amount. That'll start to drop from now. But I'm just having to whack it in my savings because you just don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, it's a bit worrying. Obviously nobody wants to be made redundant and lose their job. So it is worrying, but it's just really frustrating not being able to spend my money. So yeah, no exciting colouring book hauls for me. The only things that I'm getting are my subscriptions. I haven't cancelled any yet. As soon as I find out what's happening with my job, I'll take action if I need to. So the only things you'll see me with is the Colour in Heaven magazine, or the Mystery Colours, is it? The Colour by Number magazine that comes quarterly. Those are the only new things that you will see. So that's super depressing. So yeah, I'm just watching everybody else's hauls at the moment and just adding to my wish list. It's all you can do, isn't it, really? Really miserable. You know, the one thing that would cheer me up about my job situation, I daren't do. So, won't last forever though, will it? And I am very fortunate, I know that I am, that I don't know anybody directly affected by COVID. I don't know anybody that's become ill from it, so obviously that's good, and you've got to be grateful for that. And my husband is in a secure job, so you know, I haven't got to worry about his role. So again, sorry guys, you've got to be thankful for that, haven't you? So yeah, that's what's going on over here. How about all of you? Yesterday I treated myself to a dental filling. That's kind of the highlight of your week, isn't it, really? So before lockdown happened, so the first half of March, I chipped my tooth. I don't know how or when I did it. It wasn't like I ate something and I chipped my tooth. It was just randomly, I had a bit of tooth floating about my mouth and I was like, oh, I must have chipped it. Great. Thought nothing of it. I got no pain or anything, so you just carry on, don't you? Well then, that was fine. We went into lockdown, fine. And then I started to get sensitivity in my tooth, a little bit of pain. Nothing extreme. I would not say it was a dental emergency at all. But obviously I became cautious. So I looked into what I could do about it, and you can get, I don't know if you've seen these, I'm so naive, I had no idea this existed. This DIY dental filling kit, so I did my own did my own dental filling. Oh dear, things we have learnt and experienced during lockdown. Yeah, had dental training, did my own filling. That worked out quite well. That was all right. Stopped it getting into a mess or anything. But then the past 2 weeks, so it's been in there a long time, but these past 2 weeks, I have had pain with it. Not all the time, just when I'm eating, or if I bite down on it. Oh, and if I drink something cold as well, it's like it goes straight to the nerve. So I've had sensitive teeth before, but this was beyond that. So I think that filling that I'd put in had moved. Well, you know, it'd been in for months, so I'm not surprised. I think you're supposed to take it on holiday with you. So if you damaged your teeth while you were on holiday in Spain, you could just put this quick filling in and then deal with it when you get back. But no, mine have been in for months. Well, thankfully the dentist reopened for non-routine stuff, and they did take my appointment, so that was good. They said to me that they can't do fillings on the NHS, but I could go private. So the NHS is the National Health Service is obviously using the funding that it's got to help people with coronavirus or with other really serious things. So obviously if you've got something routine, that can probably wait. Well, I decided I would treat myself and go private and have the filling done. So that's exciting, isn't it? I know. I've never gone private on anything before in my life. So yes. So that's what I've splashed out on this month. There won't be a haul for that. Try and get the camera inside my mouth. It's just a video nobody's going to want to watch, isn't it? So that's my bit of exciting news. My cats have been keeping me company today. My husband's gone off to one of the other towns to see his parents. It's his dad's birthday on Thursday, I think. So he's popped over to see them because we are allowed to see people now. So that's good. When it was my dad's birthday, that was the day before we went into lockdown. So I was able to see him, but we didn't do anything because we kind of didn't dare. That's a bit rubbish really, because that was his 70th. But never mind, we'll do something exciting. When this all ends, won't we, no doubt. I hope you can see what I'm doing, guys, because as I say, I can't see. I have to stand up and look at my phone to be able to see what I'm doing. You know, because it's all DIY, isn't it? So cobble together some sort of setup. So there you go. Just been printing out some of my PDFs that I've got. I'm in the middle, literally in the middle of printing out a Hannah Lynn book. And my black cartridge ran out. No problem. I never let myself run out of ink. whenever I put a new cartridge in, I order its replacement straight away, because I don't want to go through that stress and that nightmare of needing to print and you've got no way to do it. So I've always got an ink cartridge in. So go to change the ink cartridge. Will it fit? Will it act? And I'm like, what is wrong with this? I'll tell you what's wrong with it. It's totally the wrong one. Totally the wrong one. So my ink cartridges have a little alarm clock on the front. And this ink cartridge had a cheater on the front. Well, they're not the same, are they? Obviously I didn't notice or didn't pay any attention when they arrived in the post. You've just got better things to do, haven't you? It's my fault. But I didn't look, and like, I suppose part of me might have thought, oh, they've changed the packaging, or who knows, but I didn't notice. But I've noticed now, and I haven't got any ink. So I've gone to Amazon to return them. I don't even care if I don't get a refund or something, but there's no point in me having it. It's an absolute waste. So I went on to get them returned, discovered I'd got another one that was wrong as well, so I got to return that as well. Do all the return, go to print off the return label. Can't print it off, can I? Because I have no black ink. And I've gone through a bazillion different websites. I can't figure out how you can print with no black ink. I know how to print with no coloured ink, you know, and get it and force it to do that. I can find the answer to that question, but I cannot find the answer to how to print without a black ink cartridge. I mean, I wouldn't care if it came out all crazy colours, as long as you could read it. And obviously you can make black, or at least a dark grey, out of all the colours. But I can't find a way of forcing it through. So I'm stuck. So I've got two options ahead of me. I can either wait for my proper ink cartridges to come. Hopefully they won't take too long, because obviously you've got to return this other one within a certain amount of time. So hopefully they won't take too long. So then I could do that. Or I could email it to my dad and ask him to print it. But then I've got to go over to my dad's. Which obviously isn't a problem. I don't mind getting to see my dad. But it's not like he lives next door or something. He lives like 10 miles or so away. So if I'm going to go all the way over there, then I'm going to want to visit for a bit. So I don't know when I'd be able to do that, because I've got meetings and things for work. Because of the situation. So, oh, it's all just so frustrating. I managed to create another problem for myself. How irritating. So guys, can you see how it doesn't matter that I'm just going over the black lines? You can't see them at all. It's just a really dark grey scale over everything. So you can go quite quickly with these. So you can see how I managed to nearly finish the book. I had dismissed this book when I'd seen the front cover. Didn't fancy it. It looks really dark, but the front cover doesn't tell you what the inside is like at all, I don't think. It was when I saw somebody else colouring in it that I thought, wow, how have they got those amazing, how have they got those mandalas to look so amazing in 3D? And it's because the book's grayscale. The way the cover talks, it makes you think it's going to be one of those that's printed on that weird paper. so that you can like make a sun catcher out of it, and you can kind of see through the page, because there are a few books like that. So I did one. I thought that's what this was going to be like, but I'd say I saw this other person colouring in it, and I was like, oh yes, that's not the same at all. I like it, so I got it. So how are we doing? Will we get this finished? 20 minutes. Yeah, we'll get this finished, I should think. Another reason why I chose this, I thought I'd be able to do this in one sitting, surely. So, I'll just tell you a little bit about me. Haven't really put anything too personal up on the channel before, so even if you were following me before the whole copper thing, I still don't think you'd know that much about me, so let me tell you a little bit. I'm married. My husband's name is Mark, and we live in a little town called Biddulph, and that is in Staffordshire, which is in the Midlands of England. So that's where I am. It's nice living here. We're really close to the countryside, so I don't have to go very far to be surrounded by farm animals, fields, countryside, sheep, you know, so that's really nice. Possibly the only downside is that we get birds in the garden, you know, as you do, and they're lovely, sparrows and whatnot, just normal birds. But because we're near the countryside, we have had buzzards come into the garden before, and buzzards eat little birds, which is a bit more miserable, isn't it? I mean, circle life and all that, but it is a bit depressing, isn't it? So that's the only downside that I really know of. Where my house is actually situated, I'm not in the middle of nowhere or anything like that. I can easily walk to some shops. I'm on a bus route, you know. I'm not right out in the sticks, but I'm far enough out to have some of the benefits, you know, so that's great. I have 2 fur babies. I have a ginger cat and a black and white cat. So you will see them appear in things from time to time. I'm sure you've seen videos by other people who've got cats, and the cats do like to get involved in everything you do. Currently I'm sitting on a wooden seat. I've had to get a cushion. We've got a comfy seat, but I can't sit on that because the baby Smudge is asleep on it. So you know, that's the way that works, isn't it? So I'll try and get a photo of her later on so you can see what I'm going through. Okay, so this is me trying to line the picture up with the camera that I can't see. So yeah, it's just me, Mark, Saffron and Smudgy that live together. That's all of us. My job is to teach first aid to children in schools. So of course the moment the school's shut, me and my colleagues were like, oh, now what? So we haven't had work since the moment lockdown began. So you can see how long I've been on furlough for. I've lost the plot. I can't remember what going out to work is like anymore. Which sounds blissful. Other than the fact that one day I will have to go to work again. If you thought, well, it's alright, it's not like you've got to go again, then it'd be fine, wouldn't it? But that is not the case. Can you see me? Yeah, cool. So, yeah, that's not so good. When I go back to work, I'm going to be exhausted, I can tell. Hobbies. In terms of hobbies, obviously colouring is a massive one. I'm big into art and crafts. I've done art and crafts since I was a small child. My granddad was an oil painter. As a hobby, he could have been professional in my opinion, but as a hobby, and I obviously got the bug from him. So I love art, I love craft. So I do my colouring in, do diamond painting, I do paper crafts. Just learned how to do junk journaling over lockdown. So I've done that. Don't do knitting or crochet. I have physically done them. I know how to do them, but they're not relaxing for me at all. So I wouldn't class them as a hobby, and I couldn't knit or crochet anything worth wearing. So there's really no point in any of it. I am more into cross stitch, although I haven't done any for a good while, but I've got kits waiting to be done, and one day that urge will happen again, won't it? And I'll get that stuff up. So I do that. I've tried tons of, you can't even see me. I've done tons of other stuff as well. Tons of other crafts and things as well. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. Felting, oh my word, I hate felting. I really hate it. I don't know why anybody would like it. I don't know how you can call it a hobby. I just really hate it. I don't know. And the other thing is, I don't really like the results so much either. So felting is one of those that I can't stand. And quilling, I don't like quilling either. That irritates me like you wouldn't believe. So there's that. as well. My other major hobby, which I've done for my entire life since the age of 8, is Girl Guides. So I am a Girl Guide leader. Currently I'm working with guides, so they are age 10 to 14. So I'm working with them. Just think Girl Guiding's a fantastic charity. The opportunities that we give to young women are amazing. I myself got my job because of Girl Guiding, so I teach first aid for Girl Guiding, and by doing that I could then apply for my full-time job, so that's amazing. I've also been abroad a number of times with guides, so I've been to Mexico, and then in October just gone, I went to Kenya, went out there and did some work, trying to help the women out there. So amazing, the opportunities that we help the girls to have. Oh, now I'm totally off the screen because we're all on the edge.